are going to get into something really juicy today. And this is one of the major things, okay, that may be sabotaging your hair growth journey or delaying your hair growth journey. Today's video is not going to have anything to do with products or genetics. So I'm not even going to get into that part of it today, all right? I'm going to break it all the way down. And I definitely want you to stay with me until the end because I'm giving you some signs to know if your hair is dealing with this issue. And I'm going to give you 3 signs to know if your hair is dealing with this issue. And the third one is definitely going to hit home. Let me know one thing in the comments that you've tried that was supposed to help your hair, but it didn't work at all. I'm talking about whether it was an oil, or you did like a rice water thing, or you did some vitamins, and it didn't help at all. You just feel like it was a total waste of your money and time. I get a lot of women with that same frustration. Part of the thing that I find is we are doing all the things, okay? And doing all the things does not mean you are doing all of the right things. Okay, I've had this conversation many times. We're watching videos, whether it's on YouTube, whether we're reading Reddit posts, whether we're Googling things, whether we're over here on Facebook watching videos, we're trying these different trends. Our bathroom looks like a mini beauty supply store or either the product graveyard. I talk about the product graveyard a lot. That's where hair care products go to die. All right, that stuff you buy and you use once, if at all, and then you never use it again. You got the deep conditioners, you got the growth oils, you got your vitamins, like I said, but your hair is still thinning or shedding, or it's still dry, or it's still stuck at the same length, or feels like it's not growing at all. Before you blame your hair, okay, before you blame genetics, before you blame your hairstylist and all of the things, I want you to understand that a lot of times our hair health has more to do with what's on our plate than what's in our product stash. A lot of times we're missing the most important part, and that is the connection between our body and our hair. Most of us were raised, or we look at our hair, or we treat our hair as if it's separate from our body. We focus so much on what we put on our hair that we forget that our hair is growing from inside our body. Each individual strand on your head is literally made from what's happening inside of your body. So this means that things like nutritional gaps, chronic stress, blood sugar swings, mood swings, dehydration, lack of blood flow, blood stimulation, or scalp stimulation to help to get the blood moving, right? All of these things can show up as hair issues. Most people are not talking about that, especially not for women over the age of 40. This is a very important conversation that we have to remember to have, because the older we get, the less we start looking at products and the more we start looking at what's going on the inside. And the best way to do that, one of the ways to treat that, is from what we eat. So if your hair is part of your body and not separate from it, okay, you have to remember that if your body is depleted, if your body is missing nutrients, if your body is stressed, okay, then so will your scalp be. Your scalp will be too. And oils can't fix a hungry body. Just a quick teaching moment that your hair is a non-essential body function. Hair growth is a non-essential body function. I've said this many times. The nutrients in our body get prioritized to vital organs. Your hair growth process, your hair growth cycle, none of those things are vital organs. None of that is a vital organ. So all of whatever little bit of nutrients that you have is going to get prioritized to things that are essential to you living. Your heart, your lungs, your liver, your kidneys, all of those things, right? So if you have nutrient or nutritional gaps, if you have stress, again, blood sugar swings, all of those things are going to affect your hair growth. It's up to you to decide how strict you're going to be with your your nutritional habits. It's not about being perfect or being on a strict diet or doing all those things. It's just about being intentional. Okay? If you know why you need to eat a certain thing, or if you know why a certain thing is important, especially if you care about your hair health, you're more likely to eat it. If I just tell you to eat leafy greens or eat kale and you don't know, you have no idea why you're eating it, you're not motivated to keep eating it. But if I tell you that kale is high in vitamin K, it's high in iron, these are the things that's going to help to give you energy. It's going to help your hair, boost the collagen that's necessary for your hair growth. Like if I start getting into all the details of it, then you're more likely to understand. Okay, especially if you're someone that deals with dry scalp. There's certain things that you should be eating more of. So it's not about completely overhauling your life for your hair. Not about completely overhauling what you eat for your hair. It's just about knowing why you need to eat differently. If your scalp could talk, it probably would not ask for more products. It would probably ask for better foods. I want to go a little bit deeper into the 3 signs that your hair might be hungry. Okay? Because remember, hair health, hair growth, all of that, it could be many things that are impacting the strength of your hair, how strong your hair grows, if your hair breaks during the hair growth cycle, if your hair gets thrown out of the growth phase quicker. Like there's a lot of things, okay? But there are specific things that you might be experiencing if it is a nutrient deficiency. Because remember, this is about intentional nourishment. Intentional nourishment. What you eat is going to matter because your body is prioritized, your body on its own, without you doing anything, without you thinking about it. Your body is prioritizing survival, not hair growth. That part is going to be more so up to you if you're someone that's dealing with hair issues. So if you're skipping meals, only drinking caffeine, not ever drinking water, or not drinking enough water, or forgetting to fuel your body with real food, then your hair gets the leftovers, if even that. But here's the good news, because it's always good news. When you're dealing with me, I'm going to give you the real, but then also I'm going to give you the good news, okay? Because it's always fixable. You don't need to go out looking for another hair product every time. Remember, hair products are great. They are essential. You need hair products, especially if you are someone that has specific hair issues like chronic dryness or itchy scalp or whatever. You need products, but products are not the main character in the story of your hair health. The main character is always going to be you. So here's 3 signs that your hair is hungry. First one is constant shedding despite you buying the best of products. Now, if your wash day looks like a crime scene, all right, you got hair on your pillow, or you got hair in the shower, you got hair all over your clothes, and again, you're using the best products, shedding can be a sign that your body is under stress, right? Stress depletes minerals. When your body is under stress, your body takes whatever nutrients or minerals that you have and it uses it up a lot quicker than it would if you were not in a stressful state. Especially things like magnesium and zinc, which are very vital for your hair health, get used faster. If you are someone that has a low protein intake, low protein is going to equal weak follicles. If you, again, your nutrient deficiency means no new growth to replace what's falling out. All right. So it's not that the product that you're using has failed. It's just that your body doesn't have the fuel to do what the product needs to do. If you're dealing with constant shedding despite products, this is possibly a signal that your body is under stress. Also, remember, when we deal with stressful situations, they don't always show up at the time of the stress. Sometimes it's 2 months down the line, 3 months down the line that we actually see that we are experiencing hair thinning or hair shedding or hair loss. And if you make the connection, then you'll understand what or where that's coming from. Sign number 2, brittle hair. Brittle, dry, or weak hair no matter how much you moisturize, okay? Now, if you feel like you just deep condition your hair should feel buttery soft, right? If I do a deep conditioner and once I rinse my hair out, I want it to feel buttery soft. But instead, what happens is Maybe your ends are still breaking. Maybe your hair feels crispy by the next morning or by the time it actually dries. All right. That is a red flag. Because when we moisturize externally only, it really just sits on the surface. But when we have nutrition that supports the moisture, then that's going to strengthen our hair from the inside. Without things like your biotin, iron, essential fatty acids, that's your omega-3s, then your strands can't hold enough strength for elasticity. Now, let's look at sign number 3. This is a big one. This is probably going to hit home for many of you more than anything. And that is you feel drained, tired, foggy, you're craving a lot of sugar, all right? All of these while dealing with hair problems. Okay, so how many of you are at this moment feeling drained, tired, foggy, low energy, you're having these crazy sugar cravings, and you're dealing with hair issues? This is where it gets a little bit deeper. Your body is not prioritizing beauty. It is in survival mode. Your body is in survival mode. Hair growth, look at hair growth. It's one of your body functions. Hair growth is kind of like a luxury process. All right. Your heart beating, that's necessary. Your brain working, that's necessary. Your liver and your kidneys doing what they're supposed to do, that's necessary. Look at hair growth as a process of your body that's a luxury. Okay. Your body will look at what you have available as far as nutrients and say, okay, we're going to shut this hair growth thing down. And we are putting all these nutrients towards vital organs. You have to remember that. Blood sugar imbalances, low vitamin D or vitamin D deficiencies, lack of quality of sleep, skipping meals, all of these things are tied to hair health and how you feel daily. If you do this once or twice, of course, it's no big deal. But over time, doing this over time and time again, is definitely going to take a toll on not only your body, well, of course, your body, and then your hair health is going to suffer as well. So if any of what I said hit home for you, do me a favor and drop a thumbs up emoji in the comments. All right. Share this with a friend if you have a friend, or if it's you, all right, that has tried every oil, every herb, everything on the shelf and still can't figure out why your hair won't grow. Now, this is a difficult conversation to have with many women. Those of you that don't know, I have been doing this a long time, and I forgot to do my intro in the beginning. My name is Kendra. I'm the founder of 180 Hair and creator of the 180 Method. And so what I do is help women over the age of 40 to restore their hair health using holistic solutions. And holistic solutions means that we look at the whole body. We look at your mindset, your habits, and your nutrition to try to figure out what changes that you can make to transform your hair from wherever it is back to a healthy state. Again, I've been doing this for a long time, and I've talked to a lot of women. And as long as I'm talking about something that you can just throw some money at, put it on your hair and call it a day, that's an easy conversation. But as soon as I start talking about food, that's when it gets ugly. Listen, as Black women, I know we are busy. We got all the things going. I understand. And that doesn't mean that other women of other ethnicities don't have their stuff. I can relate to what I am and who I am and what I know and the women that I talk to. And the number one reason that people don't want to do whatever it is to do with food and exercise and all of that is every excuse you can think of. I've heard it. Okay, I'm looking right in the camera. Every excuse you can give me, I've heard it. I don't like the way water tastes. Water is nasty. I don't drink water. I'm addicted to soda. I'd rather have a Coke. I'd rather have tea. I don't like water. I don't like to exercise. My knees hurt too bad. My legs hurt. I don't have time. I don't have shoes. I have to watch my kids. I have to watch my grandchildren. I don't like eating vegetables. I don't like eating fruits. I don't have time to do meal prep. I can tell you every excuse. So at the end of the day, I can't make anybody do anything that they have not decided to do. All right, I can give you the information, and actually doing the thing is up to you. All right. But what I will say, that none of it, I'm not going to say any of it is your fault. We do our best with what we think our hair needs. And a lot of times we think we just need a product. We think we need the best of the best, the newest of the new, right? The product that's got all the great reviews. And those is nothing wrong with the products. Again, the products are great. The products do what they need to do, but they are temporary solutions to something that's probably a lot deeper. All right? So I'm done fussing. All right? Because now you know better. So I don't have to fuss because now you know better. So I made the transition in my business to talk less about products and more about internal health. Okay? Because it's deeper than products. And internal health is not just food. I'm not just going to be talking about nutrition. All right? We got some mindset stuff we got to deal with. All right? We got some self-love stuff we got to deal with. It's all connected, and I'm going to teach you how. All right? And that's where the real transformation is going to start. I wanted to let you know that I created a simple guide to help you take the guesswork out of what to eat for healthy hair. Now, I've changed the name of this thing 3 times. Y'all have to please be patient with me because I am a creative person by nature. I really want people to understand what it is. It really is a way for you to do some easy shopping, easy grocery shopping, create simple meals. It's about nourishing your body from the inside out. Don't just think about your hair. Hair is going to do what it needs to do. I need us to focus deeper. Okay? A lot of these things in this guide, I'm going to show you in a second, you already have in your kitchen. Okay? You're going to the store anyway. Many of these things you can just grab at the store. It's not going to break the bank. All right? So I put a lot of intentional information in here, intentional ingredients and recipes so that you can get started and feel supported. Here is the guide, and it is called Eat Like You Love Your Hair. Okay, that's the name of it today. It might change tomorrow. When I first launched it, it was called What to Eat for Healthy Hair Growth. Now it's called Eat Like You Love Your Hair. Eat Like You Love Your Hair. Really quickly, I want to show you what's inside so that you know what you're getting. It is a digital download. You will not get a printed copy of this, but you will get a digital copy, and you can pull it up on your computer, your phone, your tablet, whatever, what have you. So I just briefly want to go through what's in here. First, I have a section on foods to avoid. It's going to tell you the things that you're probably eating that are affecting your hair health, like refined sugar. So there's a few things in here that tells you how they could be negatively affecting your hair health. All right. And then there's a section in here for my 180 method. All right. The 180 method is my signature method for helping women deal with their hair loss or hair growth. And again, like I said, it's the holistic approach of mindset, habits, and nutrition. So this just briefly goes through that. Then there's the 7-day nutrition reset. So this is where all of your recipes and meal prep and meal stuff is going to live. Okay. So for each day, I want to show you why this is cool. So first of all, you get a shopping list. All right. I don't know if y'all can see that. You get a shopping list. It looks like a lot of stuff, but a lot of this, I promise you, you probably already have in your kitchen. Okay, and it's a checklist, so you check off what you have. You go through your pantry, your refrigerator, whatever. You check off what you already have. You go to the store, you only buy what you need. And this is stuff that many of us probably need to be eating anyway. For each day, you get a little paragraph of information and a little bit of encouragement. So like, for example, day 1, the 180 method is going to be included in each one of these days. So it's going to show you your mindset tip, some habits that you need to focus on for that day, and then your nutrition. So the nutrition is basically the meals that you are going to have for that day. It also has some suggestions on how much water you should be drinking for that day. There's going to be 4 recipes for each day. All right. So you'll have a breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack. Now, there's 28 recipes in this book. If you only like 20 of the recipes, rotate those 20 recipes. Okay. What I need you to understand more importantly is I put a section here on why your hair loves it. That means why am I suggesting that you have a green smoothie on day 1? Well, because the vitamin A in the fruit helps with a certain thing. The vitamin C from the fruit helps with a certain thing. The vitamin K in the greens helps with a certain thing. Your omega-3 and biotin are found in a certain thing, and this is what it helps to do. That's going to be the most important part of this, I believe, aside from giving you a list of ingredients and the directions or the instructions on how to make it. And then the snacks. So the snacks are really simple. Like for day one, the snacks are some raw almonds or raw nuts, whatever kind you have, and some citrus fruits like oranges, okay? Very simple, but almonds are rich in biotin and vitamin E. That's why I suggested almonds. And then oranges are your vitamin C, all right? So you're going to need that. You got 7 days with 4 recipes for each day. That's 28 recipes. All right. And now the cool thing about that is you can rotate through the recipes. If you find specific ones that you like, add those to your regular rotation of meals. You don't have to stop at day 7. Take what you liked on the first week, eat those things in the next week, and then eat some of those things in the third week. So what I'm doing for you with this guide is teaching you what things help with your hair health, okay? And so that you learn, so that you eat more of those. Many times, what is the issue is all the things we're eating in between, all the sugar, all the refined sugars, all the alcohol, the junk food, the processed foods, okay? We want to get away from that. We definitely want to get away from that. There's teas in here that you can drink. So a lot of different things that will help you with your hair health. So again, this is not a diet. It's just a reset. It's just a way for you to understand what your hair needs and how to feed it those things. We're going to start it off really easy, really simple. I just want you to get in the habit of doing things that your hair will thank you for. Remember, you are not broken. You are not doing anything wrong. Your hair is fixable, okay? And it's also just hungry for a change. And that is going to start with your plate. We're focusing less on products, focusing more on our plate. All right. So you can start your reset today. Again, I've linked the book in the comments. If you have any questions, I will be happy to answer them. I'll come back to this chat and answer questions. All right. So again, thank you all for being here. Remember that you deserve hair that is healthy and growing. It is my mission to help you get there. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I will see you all in the next one.